What if the biggest alien mystery in the universe isn't hidden on a distant planet, but living on Earth right now? Every creature on this planet has spent millions of years adapting to its environment. Birds evolved for flight. Fish mastered life underwater. Polar bears became perfectly suited for freezing temperatures. Nature shaped each species to fit its world. But humans seem different. We burn under our own sun. Our backs constantly fail us. Our bodies develop allergies to harmless things. And unlike every other animal we know, we spend our lives wondering where we came from. It's almost as if we don't completely belong here. And while that sounds like science fiction, some scientists have seriously explored the possibility. What if humanity isn't originally from Earth? Take sunlight, for example. Most animals spend their entire lives exposed to the sun without much trouble. Dogs, horses, elephants, lizards. Their bodies are naturally equipped for their environment. Humans aren't so lucky. Stay in direct sunlight too long, and your skin literally starts to damage itself. We had to invent sunscreen just to protect ourselves from the star that gives us life. Think about how strange that is. The dominant species on Earth requires a manufactured chemical shield simply to spend time outdoors. And that's only the beginning. Now consider the human spine. Roughly 4 out of 5 people will experience serious back pain during their lifetime. That's not a rare defect. That's practically a species-wide problem. Our skeletons seem oddly inefficient for the way we live. The reason becomes obvious when you look at our evolutionary history. Our ancestors walked on 4 limbs for millions of years. Standing upright happened relatively recently. In many ways, our spine still behaves like a structure designed for horizontal movement. It's less like a perfect design and more like a rushed modification. But this is where things start getting even stranger. Human childbirth is one of the most difficult birth processes found in nature. Compared to most mammals, it is unusually dangerous. A newborn horse can stand within hours. Many animals become mobile almost immediately after birth. Human infants are different. They're born incredibly vulnerable, unable to walk, unable to feed themselves, unable even to hold up their own heads. For years, they depend entirely on others for survival. No other species begins life quite like this. It's almost as though our development process was never fully optimized. And then there are allergies. Your immune system exists for one purpose: to protect you. Yet millions of people suffer from immune responses triggered by completely harmless things. Dust, pollen, peanuts, animal fur, food, even the air around us. It's as if the body's defense system occasionally mistakes normal parts of Earth for dangerous invaders. At first glance, these may seem like unrelated problems. But together, they raise an uncomfortable question. Why does the most intelligent species on the planet appear so poorly adapted to it? And the physical evidence isn't even the strangest part. The real mystery exists inside the human mind. As far as we know, no other species spends time thinking about its own mortality. Dogs don't wonder what happens after death. Dolphins don't build philosophies. Birds don't lose sleep over the meaning of existence. Humans do. Every civilization throughout history has wrestled with the same questions. Why are we here? Where did we come from? What happens when we die? For thousands of years, entire religions, cultures, and empires have been built around those questions. And that's unusual, because awareness of mortality doesn't obviously improve survival. If anything, it creates anxiety, fear, and uncertainty. Yet somehow, evolution produced a species obsessed with questions that may never be answered. Why? Then there's humanity's relationship with the planet itself. Every ecosystem on Earth operates through balance. Predators regulate populations. Plants recycle energy. Microorganisms return nutrients to the soil. Every species plays a role. Except humans seem to play by different rules. We reshape landscapes. We alter climates. We redirect rivers. We transform entire ecosystems in a matter of decades. No species in Earth's history has changed the planet as rapidly as we have. It's almost as if we arrived with a completely different operating system. And if that sounds extreme, what you're about to hear is even more surprising. In 1973, Nobel Prize-winning scientist Francis Crick proposed an idea that shocked many researchers. Crick wasn't just any scientist. He helped uncover the structure of DNA itself, one of the greatest scientific discoveries in human history. Yet he suggested a possibility known as directed panspermia. The theory proposes that life on Earth may have originated somewhere else in the universe. Not by accident, but through intentional seeding by an advanced civilization. In other words, Life may have been planted here. At first, this sounds impossible until you look at the evidence. Earth formed roughly 4.5 billion years ago. Yet life appears to have emerged surprisingly quickly afterward. In geological terms, almost immediately, the planet was still violent, still unstable, still recovering from catastrophic impacts. And yet somehow, the ingredients for life organized themselves astonishingly fast. Many scientists have pointed out how remarkable that timing appears. Then came another discovery. In 1969, a meteorite landed in Australia. Inside were dozens of amino acids, the same fundamental building blocks used by life on Earth. Organic chemistry wasn't unique to our planet. It already existed in space. And that changed everything. Researchers eventually discovered something even more incredible. Certain microscopic organisms can survive conditions once thought impossible. Extreme radiation, near absolute zero temperatures, even exposure to the vacuum of space. Life, it turns out, is far more resilient than anyone imagined. Suddenly, the idea of biological material traveling between worlds no longer seemed completely impossible. And that's why some researchers began asking a provocative question. Could humanity's distant origins extend beyond Earth itself? But before we jump to conclusions, modern biology offers another explanation. It's called evolutionary mismatch. And for many scientists, it explains most of the mystery. Our backs hurt because upright walking is relatively new. Sunburn exists because losing body hair provided other survival advantages. Dangerous childbirth emerged as larger brains evolved. Each problem has a plausible evolutionary explanation. In other words, we don't need aliens to explain human biology. Natural selection can account for most of it, at least most of it, because one mystery still remains. The speed. No species in Earth's history has advanced the way humans have. For millions of years, evolution moved gradually. Then suddenly, there was us. From stone tools to artificial intelligence, from caves to skyscrapers, from campfires to spacecraft, from observing the stars to walking among them. The acceleration is extraordinary, and scientists still debate exactly why it happened. Some believe language changed everything. Others point to cooking, which increased available energy for brain development. Some researchers focus on genetic changes linked to communication. Others argue that teaching allowed knowledge to accumulate across generations. Each explanation contributes part of the story. Yet none fully explains how rapidly humanity transformed. Compared to geological timescales, our rise happened almost instantly, and that's what keeps the mystery alive. The truth is that humans are almost certainly native to Earth. The evidence strongly supports that conclusion. But science is also honest about uncertainty. There are still questions we haven't fully answered. There are still pieces of the puzzle missing. And that's exactly what makes this topic so fascinating. Because the moment science believes it has every answer, discovery stops. Maybe we're not aliens. Maybe every strange feature of humanity is simply the result of evolution taking an unusual path. But perhaps there's another reason we're so obsessed with the stars. A reason we constantly search the sky. A reason we dream about distant worlds we've never seen. Maybe it's curiosity. Maybe it's coincidence. Or maybe it's something deeper. Because whether we came from Earth or somewhere beyond it, one fact remains. Humans are the strangest thing this planet has ever produced. And perhaps the greatest mystery in the universe isn't what's out there, it's us. What do you think? Are humans simply the product of evolution, or could there be something more to our story? Let me know in the comments below.